Catherine had always cherished her summer visits to her grandmother's village. This year, however, something extraordinary awaited her. As she stepped out of the car and approached her grandmother's cottage, she spotted a little gray puppy wagging its tail with excitement. Catherine's eyes widened in surprise. "Grandma, who is this adorable little thing?" Catherine asked, kneeling down to pet the tiny puppy. Her grandmother smiled warmly. "Oh, my dear Catherine, I found this little gray lump near the forest. He was all alone and helpless. I couldn't leave him there, so I brought him home." Catherine was instantly smitten by the pup's charm. She decided to name him Jeff. From that moment on, Jeff became Catherine's constant companion during her summer escapades. He would follow her wherever she went, his tiny paws leaving indelible imprints on her heart. While Catherine stayed in the village, she took care of Jeff like her own child. She fed him with cow's milk and gave him meat to ensure his growth and well-being. Catherine even tried to teach him some basic commands, but Jeff would often respond with playful indifference, making her laugh. Days turned into weeks, and before long, Jeff had grown to the size of a full-grown dog. His once small, innocent eyes now gleamed with intelligence, and his canines were noticeably sharp. It was time for Catherine to return home. Reluctantly, Catherine bid her grandmother and the village farewell. She boarded a bus that would take her back to the bustling city. However, fate had other plans in store. Just 3 miles into the journey, the bus came to a sudden halt, smoke billowing from the engine. The driver announced that they needed to wait for a replacement bus, but Catherine knew she couldn't afford to miss her flight. Determined, she decided to walk along the highway, despite the distance to the airport being 5 miles away. As Catherine walked, her heart pounding in her chest, a car screeched to a halt beside her. 3 men stepped out, their intentions far from noble. Panic gripped Catherine as one of the men grabbed her, while the other 2 held her down. Fear engulfed Catherine as she realized the gravity of the situation. She cried out for help, her voice a desperate plea in the desolate surroundings. And then, as if in response to her call, a fierce and primal roar shattered the stillness of the moment. To her astonishment, a wolf emerged from the shadows, its piercing eyes locked onto the men. The wolf lunged at the first attacker, its teeth sinking into his arm. The other 2 men scrambled to defend themselves, but the wolf's ferocity knew no bounds. It fought with a relentless determination, leaving the assailants bloodied and bruised. In the aftermath of the brutal confrontation, the men quickly retreated, fear evident in their eyes. As the car sped away, Catherine stood there, trembling, her heart filled with a mix of gratitude and awe. It was then that she noticed the wolf limping toward her, its gray fur matted with dirt and blood. As the wolf approached, Catherine's eyes widened in recognition. It was Jeff, her faithful companion.